Before we get started, please go and support my brother. His link is in the comments. He wrote me a book for my birthday. It is the Bourbon Lover's Almanac, 21 Essential Facts for the Bourbon Connoisseur. It goes over all types of facts: bourbon history, space bourbon, Guinness Book of World Record bourbon, woman-owned bourbon, black-owned bourbon, anything you can think of. It's got everything in it. It's got 21 bourbon cocktails in it as well. Right now, the link is in the comments. It's going for $6.95, but with the coupon code Bourbon331, you can get it for $4.95. Please go and support my brother. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got Larceny C923. Now, if you saw the hunt video, you know I've been chasing this thing down, man. Every time I get a notice, shout out Whiskey DB for sending out the notification. Every time I get a notification, I get to the store, it's B523. This time I decided to call the store. I walked the lady through where to look on the bottle for the batch number. She said, yeah, we got C923. I said, I'm on my way.
Bottle drop, bottle drop, bottle drop.
I am trying to contain myself. I am such a fanboy of Heaven Hill. But I always give my honest review. But I'm such a fan of Heaven Hill that, you know, it's hard for me to contain myself. Larceny A123 this year. Oh my gosh. That's what I've got in this bottle right here. I don't normally buy backups, especially in special releases. I feel like, you know, hey, let somebody else join in, let somebody else enjoy the bottle. Once I cracked this thing and I got into this bottle, I said, yeah, I gotta find a backup. I had to find a backup. You see what I have left in the bottle right here. But it's just, you know, Heaven Hill has been killing it lately, man. The Elijah Craig barrel proofs have been on point. The Larcenys have been on point. B523 is good. It is very good, but it is something special about A123 that just does it for me. This is actually going to be a fresh crack. I cut around the top because you guys know I kind of got like this little bit of an OCD thing when it comes to the bottles, you know, having like that little strip. It just does something to me. But I did cut around the top, didn't take any out of it. So this is a fresh pour. Hopefully it got enough air in it when it was coming out of the bottle. It is coming in at 126.4 proof. Larcenys are never a slouch when it comes to proof. They're always between 6 to 8 years old. Let's get into the nose. All Heaven Hill products are oaky. It's something just like I pick up Banana and Jack and all of the Brown-Forman products. All of Heaven Hill products, when I first crack them open, no matter what, the first thing I smell is oak and like a little bit of pepper. It's a light brown sugar and ethanol underlying almost like a floral note. Let's get into the palate. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting that. It punches you in the mouth with brown sugar sweetness. Then it hits you with this savory note. And I want to say that is the first time you hear people talk about, oh, it's like a soy sauce, a teriyaki sauce maybe. That is the first time I got that savory note that kind of reminded me of a soy sauce, that brown sugar note. And then I got like this, almost kind of like when I get that Dr. Pepper note sometimes in some of the Elijah Craig stuff. It's like a cherry cola / Dr. Pepper. Let's go back into the nose and see if I can pick anything else up. Yeah, I'm just getting a lot of oak. A little bit of floral, some spice. I was about to say a dill note, but it just kind of hit me for a second and went away. So maybe it was just something that I don't know, something I just picked up real quick. Yeah, let's go back into the palate. I like that. I like that. The oak is more so towards the mid. There's not a lot of char on this thing. I do pick up some char, don't get me wrong. I mean, hey, it is 6 to 8 years old, but it's not something that's been, and it doesn't seem like something that's been in the barrel like that 10, 12 year mark. I am picking up some char, but not a lot. The first thing that hits me is like this punch of brown sugar, and then that savory, salty note just kind of like takes over on the mid, and then it just kind of evens back out to some sweetness. I want to go back in one more time before we get into the breakdown. Savory, a little spicy, brown sugar. I'm starting to pick up a little bit of clove. Let's see what the nose is doing now. All right, more of the brown sugar started to come through in the nose. More of like a brown sugar / maple syrup note. More of that clove comes through on the nose now too. Kind of like when I nose and taste some of the Booker's products. Yeah, that's, you know what? I am satisfied. I am going to rank this over. Now, I probably will do a blind maybe at the end of the year, but I am going to rank this over B523. But I cannot say that it is better than A123. I think what it is the brown sugar note punches you immediately, and then it just kind of goes away. Then that savory note takes over. Then you do pick up some of that clove. A little bit of that char is still on the mid to back of the palate. And I am starting, the finish is long. The finish is long and good. And I am starting to pick up like a chocolate note that's coming across the back of the palate. So let's get into the breakdown. Is Larceny Barrel Proof worth the chase? I chase every last one. I told you in the beginning of the video that I am a Heaven Hill fanboy. So I am going to chase every last one until they start to let me down. Is it worth over retail? I was fortunate enough to get this at the Virginia ABC for retail. It was $59.99. However, I would go by 30 over retail. But then again, take that with a grain of salt. I am a fanboy. I still give my honest reviews. Would I give it to a new bourbon drinker? At 126.4, let me make sure. 126.4. That is not going to a new bourbon drinker. You know that will wreck a new bourbon drinker. I mean, these are all proof monsters. They are not supposed to be given to a new bourbon drinker. This will run a new bourbon drinker away from bourbon before it brings them to bourbon. Will it always be on the bar? I will probably always have a bottle of Larceny Barrel Proof on the bar. If I were to put all of my bottles up here, it would cover this whole table. So I just, you know, I'm that much of a fan. Until they start producing bad bottles, that's when you won't see them on the bar. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Until next time.